problems for a troubled
Earthquake.
singer. Yep,
We're having an earthquake. Okay, it appears to have stopped.
Is that Short Eyes?
Yeah.
Short Eyes?
Short Eyes. Chester, Child Mucks.
Yeah, that's an old cartoon strip that used to appear in an adult magazine called Chester the
Molester?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what it's also known as Short Eyes in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. I never heard that.
Short Eyes, yeah.
Never heard that. Hey, Candace Owens dropped a promo for the new series she's going to do exposing who Erica Kirk really is. And if you've looked into anything about Erica Kirk's past, it reads like a directly from a psyop created by the CIA. So let's watch her. This is the promo she dropped.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building.
After being shot at Utah Valley University.
The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
That young man, I forgive him.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Erica Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited.
Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the Prime Minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
Weird conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm going to touch your butt.
$8.6 million to their own shell company.
What is going on?
We have nothing to hide. My aunt used to tell me, never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
Bam! So that was supposed to drop today, that first episode. And then the Mockingbird press came out for her. So there was obviously an order that went out. And by the way, if Candace Owens was completely crazy, as they say, or evil, and she was lying, why would anyone care? Why would anyone care? But the fact is she's not. And she's caught them in multiple lies. And you don't lie unless you're covering up something. Why would you lie if you're not covering? So they're covering up the assassination. It looks to go directly towards Israel because of Charlie turning on the Israel Project. His whole life, the whole TPUSA thing was a Zionist project. And as soon as he turned from that Zionist project, he was dead. And so this is what this is about. They can't have this. And so here they all got the same memo. The Hodge twins tweet out. They all got the same memo today to call real Candace Owens a demon. This shit crazy. So here, I'll show you it. Here. I'm convinced Candace Owens is a demon. Candace is a demon. I'm not sure if Candace Owens is merely a demon. What Candace Owens is doing is the most wicked and satanic thing that has ever come from the online right. Just so you know, Candace Owens is pure evil. Candace Owens is a demon from the pit of hell. Candace Owens is a genuine demon. What you are a Candace fan or not, this is evil. Well, I hope they all have to split just the one $7,000 check. Since none of them have the originality to change it up even one bit.
Huh.
You don't even know that you're saboteurs of your own side. You're the saboteur. You're doing the bidding of Israel. Keep up the bad work, everybody. Keep up the bad work. Here's another one. This is demonic. This demonic lying skank. This gutless piece of trash. I think she's talking about Candace, not Erica. I guess.
Yes.
Dares to keep vomiting her poisonous, soul-rotting lies all over Eric. Why would you care? So a crazy person online is vomiting lies. So what? People do it all the time. Russiagate was one long lie. Who cares? The Afghanistan war, one long lie. Why do you care that a podcaster is looking into the CEO of a $500 million corporation? Because that's what it is. She's not a private person. She's a very, very, very public person. Did you not see her walk out in the glittered pantsuit with the pyrotechnics days after her husband was killed? Did you not see that? She's not a private person. She's a public person. She did a book tour immediately. She's out there bragging about how much money they're making, bragging about how many people attended his funeral. It was the event of the century. We made 50,000 hat sales. We made 200 grand in merch. She's not a private person. She's a very public person who's lied constantly about everything about her past, her present, and what she did around Charlie Kirk's assassination. Constantly. And so you would be derelict if you didn't question her. But this is the same stuff that they said about COVID. This is the same stuff. They told you, don't question. I heard Candace say, oh, she's a grieving widow. That's the new trust the experts. Trust the science. Trust the science. She's a grieving widow. It's the same thing. Don't do your own research. Trust the government. To actual demons, good people read as demons. That's the thing. Because the actual demons don't have a single original thought. They don't. They don't even know that they're stealing most of their ideas most of the time, and that's why it comes out looking like this. That's why it comes out looking like this. Whatever it was that Dan Bongino did yesterday, it had nothing to do with Christianity. You cannot watch that and think any other thing than demonic language. Breaking, Dan Bongino threatened to physically torture Candace Owens in a shocking new video. Bongino went on to describe torments of hell on every inch of Owens' body. All right, fantastic. Nice work. He's doing great work, Dan Bongino. He wants to torture a woman. Well, how Israeli of him? Here's Bobby Starbuck. This is wildly disturbing and inappropriate. What Candace is doing is indefensible and deeply dishonors Charlie's memory. Erica was the love of his life and the mother of his children. He's not here to defend her the way he'd want to. He would have gone to war over this. Yeah, I don't think so. They already had to have a priest come to his house to pray over their marriage the day before he was killed. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he was on to her. I think he was on to the people surrounding him at TPUSA. He was certainly on to Benjamin Netanyahu and the Zionists. Yeah, I don't think so. Matt Wallace tweeted out, full disclosure, I was offered money today to say bad things about Candace Owens and turned it down. So, nice. So this is an email that got leaked that is giving directions on how the Mockingbird Press 2.0 is supposed to do their job smearing Candace Owens. Subject, urgent, shut down Candace's latest smear. Action needed tonight. Then it says, this isn't journalism. It's pure evil, demonic slave. So it sounds like everything you've heard, right? We've seen her pattern before, but this time it's personal, it's vicious, and it has to stop. Why? Why does it have to stop? Candace, Erica already said it doesn't bother her what people say. It just rolls around. She already said that. She said that to Nicki Minaj on stage at AmFest. She goes, "Oh, it doesn't matter. They say everything they can. Everybody says to me, that rolls off my back." She said that. So why would you care? Why do you care that somebody who you call a crazy person and a demon is saying mean things about you? Doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You know, there's so if you call, how does it go? So if you call someone who's a moron, who's not a moron, if you call them a moron, they don't care. If you call someone a moron who is, it drives them crazy. And that's what this is. So she's over the target with Erica and TPUSA and the military and Israel, and the assassination of Charlie Kirk is nothing like the FBI says it is. And she's onto it, and they know. So they got to do everything they can to discredit her. And this idea that somehow Erica Kirk is off bounds, she's not out of bounds to criticize at all. She's the head of a giant, one of the most powerful political organizations in the world. She's now ahead of it, credited with getting Donald Trump elected. Now having money come in by the hundreds of millions, she now stepped up to be the head of that. She's not a private person. And she doesn't want to be a private person. She wants to be in a glitter pantsuit with pyrotechnics standing in center stage. That's where she wants to be. And so that comes with scrutiny. That comes with scrutiny. That comes with criticism. And trying to stop somebody from scrutinizing that are it's the same thing people did when you can't question Dr. Fauci. You can't question Big Pharma. You can't question CNN. You can't question Pfizer. Well, you can and you should. And if you didn't, that you were derelict. And you're supposed to question powerful people who are constantly lying. And that is Erica Kirk. And these are the directions on how to do it. Say talking points. Use these verbatim or close variations. Candace Owens is evil, pure evil. This is demonic, straight up satanic level attack on a window and her kids. Candace is a demon obsessed with destroying Charlie Kirk. How can any real Christian stay silent while she attacks Erica Kirk like this? She's not asking questions. She's conducting a witch hunt. Do this now before it trends further. Quote or reply to this key post exposing the trailer and call it out using the language above. And there's a link to the tweet. Share and quote Graham Allen's strong stand. He's leading the charge. His video declaring he's coming for everyone responsible. Boost this hard. Post your own version if you have reach. Flood the replies. The coordinated push worked against her before. It can bury this trailer before episode 1 even drops.
Okay.
And it's from the CU team. So you're saying, well, Jimmy, that's probably made up. That's probably fake. And that's what I thought when I saw it. I'm like, that's probably fake. I mean, would they really be that stupid? I mean, yes, they would. They've been really stupid. The people trying to cover up the assassination of Charlie Kirk have been really stupid all along, and they've outed themselves lying over and over and over. So yes, they could be that stupid. But is this like a trap to make anybody who reports on this? Is it a trap since they go, aha, we caught you reporting something false? Is that what this is? Well, Grok weighed in on it. Hey, is this real? What is this? So this is what Grok says. Yes, this is an authentic leaked internal memo from the CU team. That's what Grok says. A pro-Erica Kirk supporter group tied to TPUSA circles. It directs coordinated replies using scripted, demonic, satanic, evil talking points to counter Candace Owens' new series on Charlie Kirk's legacy and widow, including specific action items like, quote tweeting target posts and flooding threads. The language matches the public tweet collage exactly. That's according to Grok. That's what Grok is saying.
Jimmy, I just wanted to, when you were talking about Erica Kirk as, as a CEO, right? So 5 months ago, according to this, it says that Turning Point's raked in $85 million a year.
Yeah, but now it's way above that.
Right. And then they have $18 million in net assets. And that's why she gets to be held accountable.
That's why, well, yeah, they have over $200 million now. The Zionist money poured in after Charlie's assassination. Isn't that interesting? Grok has more to say. The CU team is an internal coordination group of pro-Erica Charlie Kirk legacy supporters tied to Turning Point. CU appears to be shorthand for something like Charlie United. The memo isn't signed by named people. It's just attributed to the group as a forward-only blast and scripted talking points to counter Candace Owens' trailer. Multiple identical versions leaked today, matching the coordinated replies we're seeing. No public denial or source claim yet. So I don't know if that's if this is real. But it might as well be real because every tweet sounds exactly alike. And it's obviously coordinated, and they obviously got their talking points from somewhere. Did they get it from this specific email? I don't know. But this is definitely a coordinated. So here's another thing. Watch this. So this guy, Let's Theorize. He says, what if I told you I can effectively prove what many of us already know, that the social media attacks on Candace Owens are not organic, but rather a coordinated smear campaign bearing all the hallmarks you would expect to find? Let's take a walk and see. So the executive summary. This report examines a coordinated online campaign on Twitter targeting Candace Owens in response to her announcement of the investigative series Bride of Charlie, which scrutinizes Erica Kirk, widow of the assassinated conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Based on an exhaustive search of Twitter posts using advanced keyword and semantic queries, we identified over 50 individual accounts posting content that mirrors the exemplar provided, a post by Robbie Starbuck criticizing Owens for dishonoring Charlie's memory and defending Erica Kirk. These posts exhibit clear hallmarks of textbook smear and propaganda operation, including linguistic homogenization, temporal clustering, astroturfing via bot-like amplified accounts, and narrative framing designed to delegitimize Owens while sanctifying Kirk. Wow. Okay. The problem is this has stopped working. This isn't working. And when these kind of smears, these coordinated smears, which, by the way, what country does these kind of smears? What demonic country calls everybody else demonic? Oh, that would be a certain Middle Eastern country, isn't it? And this reads just like their script. Call the people telling the truth demonic. Call them demons. It's exactly what that Middle Eastern country called Israel does. He goes on. Section 1, linguistic homogenization, echoed phrases as propaganda markers. A core tell of coordinated propaganda is the repetition of specific phrases, creating an illusion of organic consensus. Here, post recycle near identical language, suggesting scripted messaging or copy-paste amplification. Pure evil or demonic. This is deeply disturbing. Pure evil. What the F is wrong with you? You are demonic. This is straight evil. Also, disturbing or inappropriate. It is really sick and disturbing to watch. What she's doing to Erica is deeply inappropriate. Dishonors Charlie's memory or variance in 8 posts. Most of Charlie Kirk's friends are mighty quiet about Candace Owens' new Erica Kirk series. So this is what they're doing. And they're so lazy they won't take a writing course so they can figure out how to put it in their own words. Here it is, temporal clustering, rapid synchronized response. So synchronized response. Propaganda campaigns often deploy in bursts to overwhelm discourse. It occurred within 24 hours of Owens' trailer release on February 23rd, peaking on February 24th. Timeline breakdown. So before the trailer, February 18 to 22, there were only 5 posts, mostly low engagement, previews. Candace Owens orders witch hunt over new disturbing Erica Kirk. But after she dropped the trailer, February 23rd, boom, 57 posts with spikes around high-profile shares. Dom Luker's post garnered 18,000 likes in hours. Jack Posobiec's At 15:56 GMT, clustering around influencer posts, 22 replies or quotes stem from threads like Owen's announcement from Laura Loomer, calling it depraved, just total harassment. The swarm effect indicates coordination, as organic outrage typically spreads more gradually. The timeline aligns with defensive PR tactics. So there you go. More okay. And here's section 4, narrative framing and motivational bias. Propaganda frames issues to evoke emotion over facts. Here, posts invert Owen's expose questioning Charlie Kirk's death into an attack on a grieving widow, ignoring her evidence claims, like, for instance, the leaked audio. Emotional appeals, 70% invoke grief or legacy, resiliency and strength of Erica Kirk, turning a murdered man's widow into true crime fan fiction. Ad hominem attacks, 32 posts label Owens as deranged, obsessed, demonic, without engaging in the content. The Candace Owens vendetta against Erica Kirk never stops, but they never engage with what specifically Candace Owens is saying. It's all ad hominem. Counter narrative. Some defend by counter accusing Owens. She's fixing to fully expose Erica Kirk, but this is But this is outlier support for Owens. This framing protects institutional interests. For example, TPUSA's stability under Erica, while smearing Owens as a conspiracy pedalist. So here's Candace Owens' response. She says, PSA, we won't be taking any lessons on what evil is from people who protected Jeffrey Epstein, raping children, and or look the other way as Bibi Netanyahu committed a genocide in broad daylight. Got 63,000 likes. I don't think their campaign is going to work. I don't think it's going to work. And now you know who the fakes and phonies are. None of those people want a real investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination? No, the answer is no, because they're paid not to. And any clear-headed person knows that the FBI is completely lying. If they looked into it for a second, they would know that everybody, including Erica and TPUSA and the FBI, are completely lying about the official narrative about what happened. And so the people who don't want someone to look into this are complicit in the cover-up, and they are 100%. If you don't want Candace Owens or anybody else to look into this, they're not going, hey, let's not have, I hate Candace Owens because she's a demon, but let's get this other person who is a nonpartisan who could look into this. Let's do that. They're not doing that. They're not offering anybody to do an actual investigation into this. They don't want anybody looking into it, because if they did, it would expose Israel. It would end TPUSA, because they're all complicit and in on it. And TPUSA is a money laundering organization. That's what they are. And they don't have to pay taxes on it. And Erica Kirk is a tool. She's one of them. And Charlie Kirk was onto it, which is why he had to call a priest into his house the night before he was killed to have the priest pray over him and Erica's marriage.
And then he sleeps in another room.
And then he didn't sleep in it with her. He was sleeping in another room in the house. Okay, so way to go, Mockingbird Press 2.0. It's not hard to see through you. It's not hard to sniff you out. And it's not working. It's not working. And what it's actually doing is making people want to watch Candace Owens even more. Of course it is. It's the Streisand effect, and here we are. I can't wait to go watch Candace Owens' show tonight. I'm gonna. And if you'd like to hear my jokes about this, and man, I have them, come see me in San Antonio, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City. April 17th, I'll be at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, and then I'll be in Las Vegas, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, because if you go anywhere else, they're going to charge you more. Go to jimmydore.com for the cheapest tickets. Over to Steph.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. She already has, Candace Owens already has over 1 million views on her video that just dropped 2 hours ago. So I don't even, who are those people tweeting at? On the social media, those people, there's no way that somebody's reading that and go, yeah, I'm not going to watch Candace because she's a demon. Who are they talking to? They're just talking to their same echo chamber. That's all. And evidently there were lots of bots in her chat today that were trying to disrupt. Why? If she was so crazy, why would you continue to exert this much energy to dismiss her? You would ignore her. To be determined. I can't wait to watch it. Let's see here. Imagine if tariff revenue was used to fund an infrastructure bill. Hold on. Back. Imagine if tariff revenue was used to fund an infrastructure bill, roads, ports, trains, and the surveillance state. Giraffe Rider. In Candace's defense, I've been called a demonic lying skank. Haven't we all? And that's from My Real Name. Robbie Starbuck has shitty coffee. My Real Name. Demon, from Greek daemon, deity, divine, power, lesser god, guiding spirit, tutelary deity, sometimes including souls of the dead, one's genius, lot or fortune, and other stuff. Vienticus Prime. Thank you for that, Vienticus. There were a lot of bots spamming Candace today, trying to overwhelm the chat. My guess they were sponsored by TPUSA. Hey, Dr. Drew has raided the stream. Hello. Thank you so much, amigo. Everything's a scam. Everything's a lie. Everything's hypocrisy. So I don't comply.
Okay.
Back to Jim.